Remember, I only do this for myself, and this is paper trading. But if you happen to learn anything from it, um, then I'm happy for you. But I'm looking at AMC right now, and it's downtrending from this morning, but it's also uptrending. And excuse me for the internet if it starts to act up, but it's downtrending. It downtrended from yesterday or Friday, but it's uptrending from that low, and now it's starting to downtrend pre-market. So I'm looking at resistance points, and the previous day, Friday, is not giving me any exact resistance points except the high here and the high here. Pre-market has not got close to, well, it got close to, I'm sorry about that. That shit's so annoying. Pre-market got to 62.63, which is close to 63.95. That's like a little bit over $1. So it's like I really don't want to use, well, I have to use that resistance points, but it looks like it's not going to go any higher, judging based off of probability. So I'm using pre-market high as my resistance, but then I'm taking a step further. Sorry, I hate this internet. I'm taking it a step further, and I am um, using I want to use instead of the high day pre-market, I want to use this range right here of 62.25. Um, but I have yet to get in. I have my orders set, and pre-market is getting. I mean, market open is getting closer. Um, but remember, this stock has offerings and so many other things. But they did stop their offering. They did announce that they had stopped their offering, but there's a possibility that uh, they're continuing to do their offering because, as you can see in their chart, uh, um, from the previous day, it's clearly being manipulated downwards. They're dumping shares. This is clearly signs of dumping shares. So going into their SEC filings, they announced that they had stopped the dumping of shares on the 424B, but I believe when I looked at this, yeah, so they were dumping shares, and I think right here is where they announced that um, they were done because they dumped it that same day and they stopped. They said that they stopped, but they got proxy statements here, um, but no statements that says that they're actually continuing the manipulation. They just said that they're done with this one, so they could have one in the past. You don't know what's going on in the background that I'm not aware of. So I'm just judging it based off of probability. And I got my order in here. I got my order in here. I'm trying to get in the 90s, 61.90s, and I'm getting now at 25. So I'm taking about a $35, 35-cent risk, which is about $350 loss. A little bit higher than what I want. Um, a little bit higher than I want, but the possible reward to me is greater. Um, and I can always reshort this again. Um, and this stock drops by a lot. So 35 cents compared to what I made, I think $1 or $2 per share Friday, and 10,000 2 weeks ago. Although it's all paper trading, um, you know, the risk to reward to me is great. But my order just got executed. Um, God was patient. Sometimes I struggle, and sometimes I chase, but I caught myself um, and prevented myself from chasing. Um, Remember, this is a challenge within yourself. It's not a challenge within, not just a. It's not. It's, the main thing is a challenge within yourself. Um, Trading's a challenge itself, but if you don't have control of yourself, you're a slave. But here we are. I'm in at, and as you can see, my profit and loss right here. I'm in at 61.89. Um, I still have roughly because I grew my account from 25K to about 48K, so I still have roughly. I put in 31K in here, so I have about 17K left to use. So if I want, I can add, but I'm not going to unless I see like a great opportunity. But give me 1 second. I need to grab some water. All this talking got me thirsty. It always gets me thirsty. But yeah, so nothing on the offering. There's probably no press release, and I'll double check just in case. But there's probably no press release. It's just hype that has the stock moving, and they're holding up the stock. I know that for sure. Excuse me. And remember, please forgive me for the internet. It's a headache all the time. Uh, but once I get level two, I mean not level two, but market data, um, everything will be easier to do. Well, I won't say everything will be easier, but it'll be a bit easier. So currently, I'm making $50 per 10 cent. Um, it's pulling back. It's looking weak towards market open, but like I said, or like you're supposed to not trust it. You're supposed to always play it safe. So I'm gonna have my stop limit order here already, just in case. And um, I'm cool, like I said, with the 350 loss that I could possibly take. Um, because excuse me, sorry about that. Because I can always get back in, even though it's paper trading. I'm not under the PDT or what's yeah, I'm not under the PDT, so I can actually try to perform the way uh, the way I want to. So everything's set, pre-market. So I'm setting it to have it execute pre-market or market open or market open. Um, okay. So yeah, if it executes, if it pushes up here, it's gonna execute. Um, Matter of fact, I'm gonna change this into to a, a lower risk simply because I recognize on this from from Friday. So that would be a 200 to $250 loss. Now I'm risking 200 to $250. So I changed my risk from the 25 62.25 to 62.10. Um, so that's what I'm risking because I've recognized that every time you see it pull back, um, break a low and pull back and then go higher, that's just a sign that it's going to start pushing up. And even if it doesn't or it does, it doesn't matter. I'm playing. I'm letting the chart tell me what it needs to do, is going to do, and I gotta play smart. I'm feeling a little anxious, so I have to take my deep breaths and recognize what emotions I'm currently is going on with me, and not allow it to influence um, my emotions. I mean, influence my decisions. So I have to recognize it, process it, and continue to analyze this as a probability um, thing and not a emotional thing. So I'm looking at probabilities right now. But we're 5 minutes away from market open. This could just push up and squeeze out of the gates, or it can begin to dump, which I think is gonna dump. But if it stays under like 62 to market open, it's gonna dump. Um, and I got to remind myself when to take gains. And realistically speaking, I should aim 50 cents to $1.50, and that's what I'll be aiming for. Or sometimes I just go for $1,000, which you shouldn't have no target. You should just let the stock to tell you. But I'm gonna play my risk to reward. So I'm aiming for 3 times, 2 to 3 times my risk. So that's about, if I'm judging it from here, I'm aiming for 3 times 35. Not 35. 3 times 35 cent. I'm judging it from here is 3 times 25 cent. Um, what else? So that'll be $750 if I'm judging it from 25 cents. Um, I'm judging it from 35 cents. That's 1,050, I believe. So yeah, do the math. Times three, 1,050, correct. So yeah, so that's what I'm aiming for. I like to make $1,000 per day because it's just amazing, and honestly, it excites me. But I constantly have to remind myself, um, fear and excitement is not good for trading. You're supposed to just regulate your emotions, and that's what I'm fighting to do right now. I'm a little anxious, but I just gotta acknowledge my emotions and regulate it. So we got less than 2 minutes till market open. Honestly, I'm hoping that it stays under 62 and doesn't hit my risk. And not only that, my risk, me changing my risk only made it like more difficult for me because that's not the accurate risk point. I just changed it because I saw this uptrend, and that it pulled back, broke this low, and then bounced higher. So I'm seeing like a higher high or a higher low, and I'm seeing a higher low. So that could be a potential uptrend. You see it like a stair stepping pattern and break this high and then break this high. So I don't want to be stuck in this breakout and can't get out, especially with it being pre-market. Um, and the volume is not as high, so I gotta play it smart. Uh, but excuse me, excuse me, excuse me. But yeah, I just gotta play it smart. So what I'm looking for it to do is break this half dollar mark. But remember, these whole dollar marks and half dollar marks are like magnets. You know, if it pushes up towards a whole dollar mark, it's like a magnet. It's gonna pull it towards it. If it pushes down towards a half dollar mark or another mark, it's gonna pull it towards it. So now we're close to that whole dollar mark, and now it just broke. So perfect. Market open. I'm up 360 something dollars. I'm gonna let it tank, and I'm gonna prepare myself to cover. I'm not gonna take out my stop limit order just in case it just squeezes on me, like it's doing right now, and my order is about to get executed. Um, I could cancel it now, so that it doesn't get executed because it's just gonna drop right back again. But it did. It got executed, um, and yeah, here we go. So I was up 300 and something, but here's the opportunity to short here. I'm seeing, so I need to try to get back in at a higher price. I'm missing it. Trying to get in, hoping that it goes up again. Uh, and I probably just missed my opportunity here. Um, wow, I accidentally did a fat finger mistake and I bought when I meant to short sell. Fuck. Um, and that's part of trading. You just make so many different mistakes, man. It's just ridiculous. I gotta get out fast because it's gonna start dumping. All right, so I'm down 500. It's okay. I made a mistake. I was right for shorting it. It just broke my that resistance point, but honestly, this was the accurate resistance point, pre-market high. But I played it wrong, and my risk was too low, and now I fucked up by going long when I wasn't even trying to go long. Um, and here we go. I missed this opportunity, and I'm taking a substantial loss without even meaning to. I'm not gonna chase it, although I could, but I'm gonna wait for a bounce and see if it gives me another opportunity. But I fucked up. Originally, I was supposed to play, and I'm gonna start drawing here. Originally, I was supposed to play the high day risk, which is here. I'm supposed to play this risk right here. Um, but I went and played this one right here because it was closer. I was trying to play this one because it was closer. Then I saw that it could have uptrended, so I changed it to just above here at 62.10. And I shouldn't have changed it. I should have played it here, but it is what it is. Um, I wish I would have. I hate those fat finger mistakes, and now it's gone without me. Um, it's going without me. I'm a little frustrated right now, and I have to emotionally regulate that. But I'm not gonna chase. Um, Although I am gonna set an order that might be close to what I'm looking for. Um, and then possibly change it here. So here's pushing up again. Hopefully it pushes up higher. I'm going to enter an order just in case, and I still have capital on reserve. I really don't want to go full size, but remember, it's okay to go full size as long as you stick to your risk. So I have it here. My order just executed. It's pushing up. Now I'm challenging. Now it's challenging to see if it's gonna break any higher. So and it just broke high a day. And it's breaking the highest point. So I gotta. I'm stuck in it. I'm not stuck in this trade, but I'm fucked. I'm in a bad position right now. Um, and I gotta let the stock tell me when to get out at this point. It's about to start dropping. Just trying to get a better ad. I got to I can't chase. I can't chase. All right, so I'm in at 89 again, back from where I was in at before. This is just a squeeze right here. This is a squeeze, and it could potentially be a continual squeeze or just a drop. But I'm not trying to chase this drop, or I'm not trying to chase um, this and get in too low, and then it continues to squeeze. So now I'm break even from my second trade, but I'm still down on my first trade. Um, I believe about 50 cents more, I'll be up on my trade, which will be about in the 61.30s. Um, so we'll see. A lot of mistakes were made in this trade, fat finger mistakes, and I got squeezed on and couldn't even get out. I didn't even realize it squeezed so fast on me I couldn't even get out. But me being as I won't say skillful, but me being as experienced as I am, I can recognize what's going on and not try to fix the mistakes, but um, play accordingly. But here we go. It's breaking below my entry. Once it goes under 61.30, I should be up on this trade. Um, and right now, my mind is saying, is euphoria starting to hit, um, and I'm getting pumped up like let's go, let's go, let's go, hit 61.30, and I just recognized it, and I gotta like control it, not control it, but regulate it, and I gotta understand this is a game of probability, not a game of um, our it's not the way our human nature natural way of thinking is. You have to deal with uncertainty, not certainty. This is not a game of certainty, it's a game of uncertainty. So you have to just play accordingly. This could be a good bounce to get into. Well, it's not a good one, but it might just only push up here and come crashing down. But I don't want to add from here. I'd rather just let it fall with what I have now, because if I add here and it pushes up, I'm taking even a bigger loss. So I'd rather not add here, even though this is a sign to, and there's a high probability that it's gonna continue to fade here. As you can see here, it just got lower, but I don't want to play that. So we'll see. If it breaks lower day, remember it's gonna drop by a lot. Um, 45. And remember when I said here that the risk was near 63, and this point right here, um, you're a witness of it. It got to 63. It has to get close to that. But not all stocks do. Some stocks they don't get close to it. And some stocks they actually get close to it, fell and come back down. And other stocks they hit the risk and they blow past it or the resistance and they go past it and they go down by a lot. But yeah, I was wrong in my math of 6130. It's about a little bit under that, maybe another 50 cents. Um, Sorry that the chart's not updating properly, but as you can see here, I'm getting closer to break even, and if it breaks lower day, I'm up, and most likely it will because like every day that I've been watching or every time I've been watching, it breaks lower day, so we can go for a run here. We just might go for a run here, um, but I'm almost break even here, and break even is at, I mean, I'm lower day is at 60, 62. But this was a little frustrating, and my emotions kicked in high, but I was able to regulate it uh, well, and we're close to lower day. Now, if it breaks red to green, that'll be even better, but that's a long shot from here. And if it doesn't break lower day, it's pushing up. So, I'm asking myself now, would you just cover here and take this small loss, or you wait? And honestly, because from my experience of it going down a lot, I'm gonna wait. And as you can see here, it breaks lower day, and this can be a ride. This might be a ride, this might not. But I am a little frustrated and upset that I didn't short up here. I shorted up here, but I didn't get what I really wanted. It squeezed on me, it did a number on me, and I'm kind of upset, because instead of this being, you know, a few $100 gain, this is actually just like, or a few $1,000 gain, this is going to be like a few $100 gain. So currently I'm up like two, $400. It was $400, but altogether I'm up almost $1,000. I lost 500 plus I'm up almost 500. So we'll see what happens here. So now the new lower day is 59.85. So compared to the other day, now I'm challenging to see what levels is gonna break. Is it gonna break this level? Um, we don't know. I don't know. I don't think it will. Honestly, I don't. Um, but I'm gonna sit here and see what's up. So if it starts pushing back past 60, 65, it could be a possible because it attempted to bounce back here. It went to a high of 60, 65. So if it continues the uptrend past 60, 65, then this can be an actual bounce, but it might not be. It might be. But we're trying to get under 59.90, 59.82, which is lower day, and I think it just did, yeah. And once again, I'm sorry that it's not updating. I'm using Yahoo Finance when I would rather use real market data, but I don't have that right now. So I'm just gonna keep refreshing the page whenever I can. So it's bouncing back. It's not even showing that it hit under 59.82, but this could be a good bounce to get into, but I'm not gonna get into that. Uh, I could add to a loser, but I'm not. I mean, like to a winner, but I'm not. Um, not at this point. I already with already so many mistakes and uh me being down on a trade, and I'm so close to break even. I'm not adding here because if I didn't have that $500 loss and I shorted here and added to a bounce and then it would have been okay. But now I'm adding from the lower. If I add from the lower day, it would only make my break even a worse position because now it's like I'm adding more and it can easily spike from lower day and go higher and make me take a bigger loss. So it's not worth it. You should never add near lower day. Um, but maybe I should have taken that $400 to $500 gain. But this stock honestly has done well on fading. But remember, I gotta remind myself it's not a first red day. Um, but also this wasn't a first red day neither. It squeezed and it came crashing down heavy. So it's all on you, and I'm willing and okay to take a $200 to $300 loss. So um, that's why I'm being patient. So now I'm up over $500, which is a $1,000 gain. If I didn't have that loss, but it's okay. Um, it's okay. So now my question is, okay, what's the probability of it dropping some more and continue just fading largely or going under red to green? We're close to red to green, so I'm gonna try to be patient and get a red to green, see if it's gonna hit red to green. But if not, and it starts pushing up, I'll take a $200 to $300 loss, uh, or get out at 60.82, which I'm very close to. Um, but I'm really looking for true resistance because at any moment it can break 862, 68, 60.82, which it most likely will. I'm looking for resistance here, and I'm really not seeing any, honestly. Um, I'm honestly not seeing any, and it's becoming very choppy. So I try to stay away from choppy stocks. So I'm gonna look to get out soon. Yes, I wanted this $1,000 gain, which I kind of had just now, but I wanted $1,000 gain overall. But that's the wrong mindset. I'm battling right now between risk versus reward, and letting the chart tell me what to do. And you gotta ask yourself which one are you gonna choose. And right now the chart's telling me, remember what happened before. Although you can't trade off of past in the future, entirely. Remember what this chart has told me many times before that it can drop way more than it usually does. So we'll see. So lower day is 61, 59.61. So we're gonna see if it's gonna break the half-dollar mark and possibly go to the whole dollar mark. Patience is on my side. I have to use patience as a tool. Uh, Got to be patient. That helps me with trading a lot. But we're getting closer to 10 o'clock. Um, and a correction should be made here towards 10 o'clock. Um, if not 10:30, but that's pushing it. So if I get out soon and if I get out soon and this, of course, I'm gonna end this video after I get out, but I'll make a second video to look at it again to show how far it went down and everything. But not only that, I want to also show. Um, I want if there's a second opportunity for me to get in short or reshort the bounce, then I'll show that video. I'll record it again and do that as well. But right now it's getting to a new low. Um, uh, right now it's getting to a new low. Uh, so if it breaks red to green, I'm sorry, if it breaks green or red, um, then that's a high uh, indicator to me that it could dump from here. It's not guaranteed, but it's a possibility that it's just gonna start dumping from here. Other traders are gonna see that. Um, um, if you're a fool, you'll end up getting in red to green or green to red. Uh, but longs are gonna see that and start selling. Long term guys might start selling. I doubt it, but they might. But people are gonna start selling. So as I zoom in, it's kind of doing a flagpole pattern right here, and um, it could fade more, but it's real choppy. So buyers and sellers are fighting right here, as you can see in this ugly flagpole pattern. But um, it can easily also just jump back, and if it goes past 60.32, that's a sign that it's pushing up because we're supporting resistance, breaking the flagpole pattern. But right now, sellers have been winning, as you can see. So I hope sellers continue winning, and it breaks this previous close mark of green or red. But you just got to be patient, man. And you got to be okay with taking a loss if it doesn't go your way. All right, so my chart's no longer updating, so I have to fucking refresh it. Um, so this can be an uptrend now, and it can squeeze here. Of course, I should be covering near low a day, but I'm risking green to red. I'm testing green to red, and that's why I didn't cover. Um, I'm testing green to red, and I'm still fighting the idea of, oh, I want to make $1,000 on this trade, even though I took a $500 loss. So in total, I gotta make a $1,500 gain on the second trade. I'm fighting that because that's not the proper way to think. This could be a nice squeeze here, so I gotta get out. My question to myself is, what's the probability of it breaking this high or this bounce and going higher? And there's a high probability that it will. But from what I remember on how I traded it, it's it most likely is not. But the probability of it going higher is high, and I'll show you on this chart. There's a chance that it might break this point right here. It's high, but I feel like this is higher, and I'm gonna challenge it. I'm not gonna get out early. I think it's 85, 84. Okay, so to cover if it breaks that point at 85. And it's about to. Remember, it doesn't always break perfectly. Neighbor looks like he's about to knock on the door. I hope he doesn't distract me. Should I answer? Should I not? And I'm not skillful enough to scale in and out. Um, I'm not there yet, so that's why I don't do it. Plus, I need many examples of traders scaling in and out. Um, but before I even do that, there's so much more I feel like I gotta learn um, before I scale in and out, or learn to start scaling in and out. So much more I gotta learn. So now it's starting to get weak here, but there's still a possibility that it can break this point. Just because it's pulling back a little bit, or even a lot, if it were to pull back a lot, there's still a possibility because somebody can easily just hit the ask and push it back up. Either a buyer or someone who wants to cover and just get out, um, or a buyer who thinks this is the low and is chasing on it because of emotions. Anything can happen. So it's starting to hold up now. It could just push or it could drop. Remember, the stock has been highly manipulated, even though they said that they stopped the offering. This could be highly manipulated. You don't know what else they got under their sleeve. And right now, I'm just playing a patience game. I'm looking for it to break under 59.27 is what I'm aiming for. Or I'm not aiming for that, but I'm testing it, and I'm looking at probability. Someone's covering right now. They could just hit it hard, and they're just breaking that little point, but it could fade back down. So I'm not getting out here. I'm down a little bit, less than $100. Fear is kicking in, and I'm regulating it by breathing heavily and evaluating the situation, looking at probability. Give me a second. So if it breaks this low of $60, then that's going to be a sign to everybody and trade and short sellers that it's going to continue to fade some more. If it does it, then they're gonna take it as this is a bounce, or this is gonna uptrend. So we're at $60. Let's see if it breaks under. Um, it's being held up because people know to get out at that point, and they're hitting their orders in, probably hitting hotkeys. But yeah, hotkeys is another thing I gotta learn how to do. But I don't feel like I'm ready for it now, and I don't trade as much for me to be using hotkeys. But Tim Grittani uses hotkeys, but I'm not there. And I think Ducks Ducks uses hotkeys as well. So it looks like it's gonna break 60. The probability is looking pretty heavy on it breaking, but there's no guarantee. And it broke. So now we're trying to see if it's gonna break a lower day of 59.27. So let's see. Our new friends with you. I'm doing a video. So yeah, so it just broke under 60, and uh um now we're gonna see if it's gonna break the low. I'm not up much compared to how much um compared to how much I used, but the percentage gain is not much. I'm up 1%. Um um Even if I was up 1,000, that's what, even what, almost half of about 2.5%, but it's all good. So yeah, I'm just waiting right now. It's just a matter of patience. That's a good sign that it dropped under 60. I'm a little happy because of that. Um, but I'm regulating my emotions. I'm not feeling pumped or excited. So we wanted to go under 81, 59.81, and then go under 20, 59.27. So now it's under 59.81. We wanted to go under 59.27, which is getting real close to, and then this can just begin dropping substantially. Um, Dogs are amazing. So let's see. Break the low. People are gonna start selling, and I like AMC because AMC, man, it is repetitive. It's choppy, but it's repetitive. So here we go. 59. What was it? 59.27, which now it's under 59.27. I'm in for a run, or it might give me a run, or it might bounce. Let's see if it can break 59. Um, stop limits are probably gonna start executing at this point. Let's see. It might just bounce real quick and bounce nicely. I'm not sure, but I'm challenging to see if it can go under 59. Push back up a little bit, back down, back up. Um, let's see if it's gonna go under 59. To challenge, yes, Friday's low. That's gonna be like tricky, but I'm personally not gonna stay that long. Um, People are covering right now. Everybody's covering. I should be covering too, but like I said before, this chart has told me that it can go down more than you know. So to me, the probabilities are still high that it can go down. But not only that, I'm okay taking a smaller gain, even though it can be a bit upsetting um, from my experience of this stock. I'm gonna weigh it out. So we gotta get under um, 58.93. 58.93. It might bounce here nicely and then drop, or just might bounce here and stay up. You don't. I don't know. Dogs. The dogs normally like me, but not this one. This one's ignoring me. a challenge in that, and it's holding up pretty nicely right now. Honestly, I'm almost an hour into this video, um, but it's holding up pretty nicely. My chart's not updating on here, but it's moving here, so I'm gonna reload this page. So if the chart stops working, I always have this to look at. But if everything stops working, there's something wrong with the internet. Uh, Indefinitely. Um, but the video will still keep going. Um, but I'm looking at here, here, and here to tell me. And I don't try to watch the price, but I look at multiple things to tell me what's going on with the stock because my internet be lagging 24/7. So I'm up $1,000 now. Um, but like I said, I'm not aiming for it. I'm not looking at the dollar amount. I'm letting the stock tell me what it's gonna do. It went under 58.84 by over 15 cents. So it could. That's a nice thing, but it's bouncing back. Remember, breakdowns and breakouts are not. Um, breakouts and breakdowns are not perfect. So I'm not gonna just um, think it's a failed breakdown. So we'll see. So as you see, it's falling some more. I'm up over 1,500. I'm getting hungry. When I get hungry, that makes trading way more difficult. So I don't want to stay in this for too long if I'm going to be hungry. But the hardest part, well, not the hardest part, but what I have yet to truly understand is when do I get out? Um, and take my gains. The chart can tell you, but when it's just dropping like this, when do you just get out? Do you just take the gains and call it a day? Or do you wait for something like this to happen, where people are covering? What do you do? And I don't know. So this is just a squeeze here, uh, but I'm gonna get out because I'm up, hit my goal, which I shouldn't have a goal. But not only that, yeah, it might break this low again and fade like it was doing Friday, where it just kept fading and fading and fading. But one thing I don't want to do is have it fade, fade, fade as you see here and here, and then get stuck in a big bounce. I don't want to do that. So I want to get out. Yes, it might go more down without me, but I'm okay with that. So I'm gonna let it downtrend some more and get out when I can or when it gets slower. But I'm gonna change my exit to 58. I'm sorry for that noise that I'm making with my mouth. I'm just hungry. So it might break down under lower day of 58.75. Um, but I'm gonna let it tell me when to get out. Or if I see like a massive panic, I'm getting out. I think here's the panic should be coming soon. It seems like the panic's gonna come soon because it normally just does that, but we'll see. Looking for a panic. It might panic, it might not. Um, we're seeing. All right, look like it's not gonna panic. So I should have gotten out here, but um, I thought it was gonna panic. Well, let's see. Would it just be a push up of people covering and it just drops back down, or will it be um, what a squeeze of a great squeeze of what I was trying to avoid? And I gotta learn. Once I start scaling out, I don't have to go from $500 gain to $1,000 gain, then back to 500. You know, you want to take those, but like I said, I'm not accustomed to scaling in and out, um, or just scaling, or just taking gains. I need to learn more about taking gains, because this can easily run up on me, and um, this can easily run up on me. Excuse me, and I can go in for a loss. So it looks like he's gonna break the 59.75, 59.75 point. I mean 58.75. So I'm getting closer to it. Um, wanted to break this point. So if I zoom out here, I want it to break lower day, which is this now, right here at 59 and 58 point or point 75. That's what I'm looking for it to break. And I'll cover like near that if it does like a substantial panic or stop limit orders go through and shit. We're getting closer. We're getting closer. Let's see. Will it give me what we're all short sellers are looking for? What will it do? Will it give me a couple $100? Will it give me another 500? Will it drop a whole dollar? Let's see. We're getting close. It's getting weak. It's getting weak. People are seeing that it's near the low. Everybody, I'm getting anxious, honestly, and I'm controlling it, or not controlling it, but regulating it, understanding what's going on with me, taking deep breaths, and understanding that it is a probability game, and emotions don't help me in trading, good or bad. So my chart's not updating. I hate when it does that, but don't worry, soon it's going to change. So it failed to break that point right there. And it might test it again. One, two, three, four. So this is the fourth time. So when I was trading this the other day, if you see my previous video, it challenged it 4 times, then it broke, and I failed to get out four 4 times, and then I got out finally. But it just hit 75. So if it's not, it just broke the low, and this could be a nice panic here. It's practically repeating the same thing as yesterday. That's what it's practically doing. Um, but I'm looking for a panic to get out. Let's go under the $50 mark, 50 cent mark. Let's go under that. Let's go under that. Okay, boom. Let's see if it can hit the dollar. Um, but this is the panic I'm looking for. So I should be getting out right now. It's just it's like this chart is telling me it can go out, go down some more, and that's why I'm like so um, hesitant to get out, because it's like I'm not lusting right now and looking for more money. It's just the chart is telling me more, so I'm trying to play it towards the chart. So I'm just gonna get out here. Um, although it's telling me that it can go down more, um, I gotta just get out of here because I'm getting impatient for one, um, and it's a patience game. But the smartest thing to do right now is just to get out. Let me if I can move this whole thing. Trying to clear this chart. So I'm watching. Bless you. I'm watching this stock like a hawk right now. I'm just gonna get out, and I got out. I got out with a $1,258 gain. Um, could have been 1,700, but it's okay. Um, I mean, not 1,700. Well, yeah, 1758 or, but roughly 18. But to review this trade, um, I'm kind of feeling a little bit of euphoria and excitement because I gained money, but I have to remember that's not good, and it's gonna forever be like that. Like I'm a human, I'm emotional. Emotions regulate our thoughts, so uh, uh, I have to understand that it's gonna always be there. You just have to regulate it. Oh shit, let me cancel that. Almost forgot about my stop limit order. Yeah, I'm out this trade. Oh, my ad order. Almost forgot about my ad order. All right, so I'm out completely. It says that I'm out completely. Um, so to review this trade, and let me try to see if this page will load up properly. To review this trade, I got in here. Um, Consolidated, spiked. I got out, came crashing down. I got in, spiked on me largely again. Couldn't. It spiked so quickly that, or squeezed so quickly that I couldn't even um, cover my order. Um, then I added. I think I added. Oh my gosh, I can't remember. Excuse me. I think I added here. I can't. I hate this. Is why I hate doing videos after because I never can remember what happens. But um, I covered here. Something happened here, but I remember it squeezed past me. I don't know why I'm seeing this, but it squeezed past me. Couldn't even get a chance to get out. Was gonna add, but didn't like where I was adding to compared to the high. But that was actually the perfect time to add, and it just faded. Um, but I didn't like the fact that when I had the chance to add here, it was so far away from high day by $1. I didn't want to take that loss, but actually that was the perfect time to add. But all in all, I still came out on top, 1,258, as you see here. Um, how do I rate this trade? Um, I barely can even remember it, but I did good right here from because I had my stop limit order. It's not, and I'm not beating myself up for it. Hitting my stop limit order. It squeezed here. Honestly, um, it squeezed up past me. Think. I'm glad that I played it safe by not sizing in too big. But I did cover here when I was supposed to. Uh, well, I covered here when my stop limit order didn't get executed. I just hit a market order. Um, and yeah, market orders are bad, but I don't only use market orders when I need to get out immediately. Yes, my emotions were high, but that's part of trading, and I regulated pretty well, so that's a plus right there. And I didn't get out here because I saw that it was going to come back down. I could see it. So the only thing that I really messed up on this trade was just the squeeze part. And one thing I really want to improve on is when to cover, when to take gains. I really want to improve in that area. Um, Going long, you should take gains faster than going short, but those two things I want to improve on. Um, how I got squeezed on and how I need to learn to take gains better. But other than that, I did good. I give myself about a 4-star trade. A 4-star trade. But yeah, that's it.